guys, I wanted to share a drink with you that I like to make in the evenings. I like to make this throughout the winter season because I always feel like it helps me keep off the colds and the flu and the germs and everything that goes around in the winter time. So this is something that I like to make, and what I use is the organic mulling spices, and this is the one by Martinelli's. And you can pick this up at Whole Foods. Most all markets carry these, but they just come, I'll show you. They're little packets like this. So we're just gonna use one little packet today, and then I also have a lemon and an orange. So I'm gonna wash these and then slice up a couple slices because we're gonna go over to the stovetop and I'll show you guys how I make this drink. But it's really tasty and I love to make it just at nighttime. It's like so comforting, and it's like just, I guess in my head, it's just the things that I add to it. I always think that it's like warding off colds. It seems that people get sick in like the winter time, and so I'm always trying to do things to prevent colds and flus. So this is something that I like to make, and I've been making it for the last couple of years. So I wanted to share with you guys this recipe. So we're gonna head over to the stovetop. So over here on the stovetop, we have one small saucepan. I have the heat turned just to like a very low heat. And what I'm gonna add is 1.5 cups of organic apple juice. And this is just an all natural apple juice. There's no sweetener in it, it's just pure apples. And then we're gonna take our packet of the organic mulling spices and we're gonna go ahead and put that in. And you just wanna watch this little tab just so it doesn't catch on fire down there. That would not be good. And then we're gonna let this just kind of heat up for a little bit. And for the next thing that I like to add in here, I switch it up sometimes and I'll use either the Tart cherry juice. I'll use about like a little, probably a little less than a 1/4 cup. I usually do like a 1/4 cup or a little bit less, but Tart cherry juice, or if I have my elderberry syrup on hand, I will add a little bit of elderberry syrup to this. So it just depends on which one I have. So today I'm going to be using the Tart cherry juice because I haven't made a batch of elderberries. I'm out of it. So I'm going to go ahead and use a 1/4 cup of the Tart cherry juice. So we'll just pour that inside. And then we're going to want just a couple sticks of cinnamon. So you're just going to want to put the cinnamon sticks right inside. So I just have 2 cinnamon sticks floating around in there. And then once that heats up, I'm going to turn up the heat just like to medium. As this starts to heat up and start to boil a little bit, I'm going to go ahead and add our orange and lemon slices to it. So I'm just going to let it get hot for a little bit, and then I'm going to add our fruit slices to that. Okay, so I've had this simmering on the stove for a few minutes. The next thing we're going to add is our lemon and our orange slice. So we're just going to go ahead and put the fruit slices in here, and your house will smell so good. As this is simmering on the stovetop, it smells delicious. So I'm just going to let those all float together and simmer around together, and then we're going to go ahead and pour it into our mug. You can also add a little bit of fresh ginger to this, or you could add a little bit of honey, just a really light drizzle because you don't want it too sweet. With the mulling spices and with the apple juice, it's already pretty sweet, but if you just want that extra benefit of like a cold fighter, you can go ahead and put a little bit of honey, just like a small drizzle in there, or some fresh ginger would be really good too. Okay, so from the saucepan, I just transferred it over into this dish just so it's easier for me to pour into the coffee cup, just because as you can tell, it's really, really hot. So I just have everything in here right now just kind of simmering with the mulling spices. I have my orange and my lemon still in there, and then the cinnamon sticks. So I'm just gonna go ahead and pour it into my cup. And once I pour it in, I'm still gonna take my lemon and my orange slices, and I'm gonna go ahead and add them just right on top with the mulling spices. So I have it all filled. So I'm just gonna add the mulling spice bag, and you don't have to, this is optional at this point because it's already been seeping on the stove. But I'm gonna go ahead and add the orange and the lemon, and then put my little cinnamon stick right inside. And that's it. I love to have this at the end the evening. Right now, it's really late. So I like to have this before I go to bed. And so I just feel like it helps me kind of like unwind from the day too. Like just after a really long, stressful day, it just helps you unwind. Even if you want to like run the bath and have your cup of tea, it's so relaxing. But maybe it's just a mental thing. I feel like it helps me like keep the colds at bay. But I love to make this, and I've been making it for a couple of years now, and I always feel like it just keeps my immunity up. So I like to add, like I said, either the elderberry syrup or the tart cherry juice to it. So it just depends on which one I have on hand, but it doesn't alter the flavor of it at all. Either one, they taste the same. So the elderberry does have the honey in it, so you don't have to add honey to your tea if you're going to use elderberry syrup. And the tart cherry juice just gives it like a little bit of tartness, which I kind of like with the apple juice. So completely up to you guys, however you want to make it. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you guys are all healthy and well, and I will see you guys soon. Bye!